Well, happy school day to all of you holiday kids. Hi, Mom. This is Granny Patty. We are going to lesson 5 today. We're going to see all about the American robin. Why does a robin make you think of spring? Can you picture it pulling a worm in the misty rain, tugging and flitting away? Can you feel the joy of seeing the first robin when the snow is still clinging to the shadows on the hard ground? Have you ever peeked inside of a robin's nest and seen the greenish blue eggs? So vulnerable and small. The American robin is the most common species found in North America and is easy to identify because of their brownish gray feathers and orange-red chest. They are like a flashing sign on the side of the highway of the north, telling anyone who will listen that spring is here. We know that the robin is a sign of spring because they are migratory songbirds, which means they migrate or move to warmer regions or areas in the winter if they need to. They forage for food in the grass, on bushes, and wherever they can find it. Here we go with another activity break, kids. Look up some pictures of robins, and if you can, listen to what a robin sounds like. Have you ever seen a robin near your home? I'll bet you have. Now, what do robins look like? What's their appearance? Have you ever looked closely at a robin? Their appearance and size can give us clues as to how old they are and if they are male or female. Take a look at the painting and the anatomy features of the American robin. What do you notice about it? The most noticeable feature of the robin is their orange-red chest. Did you know that males are usually brighter than females and young robins? One of the reasons males are often brighter and more beautiful than females in nature is because they have to attract a female's attention. Robins have a yellow bill and have a white throat with some streaks on it. Their eyes are dark brown with a white ring around them. Males have darker heads than females, who are more brown overall, to blend in with their nests or trees they are perched on. They have black feet and claws, and their wings and tail feathers are brownish gray. They are about 10 inches long, and their wingspan is 12 to 16 inches. What's their diet? Well, robins live off of earthworms, berries, and soft insects. They spend all day foraging for food, especially if they are feeding their young. A baby robin that is still in the nest can eat up to 14 feet of earthworms while it is growing. With 2 to 4 babies in a nest, this means that mom and dad work constantly to find food, sometimes making 100 trips or more to the nest every single day. They pull worms out of the ground and are a common sight in the spring rain when worms come to the surface. When the babies are very young, mom and dad regurgitate partially digested food into their mouths. But once the babies are old enough, they are given full worms to eat. Now, where do they live? What's their habitat? Robins can live year-round in warmer climates, but in colder regions such as Canada, they migrate south as far as Mexico in the winters and come back in the spring to breed. Females choose the nest site and build the nest, and males bring nest material to her, sticks and mud and grass. Nests are usually built lower in trees with good coverage, but are sometimes built in house eaves, in hanging flower baskets, and other places. How long do they live? What's their life cycle? Mature robins migrate to breeding grounds in early spring. Once the nest is built, she lays her eggs, which takes about 4 days. Once the eggs are laid, the female incubates the eggs by sitting on them most of the time and only taking short breaks to gather food for herself. It takes about 13 days for the eggs to hatch. The babies have no feathers, and their eyes stay closed for about 5 days. They are completely helpless, and during that time, The female usually stays with them while the male goes to find food. Females typically have 2 broods each season, and they lay between 2 to 4 eggs each time. Once a baby robin is about 2 weeks old, it is called a fledgling and begins to leave the nest to learn to gather food. It takes another 2 weeks for its wings to develop enough for it to fly well and become more independent. Because robins can live in urban areas and around people, one of the greatest risks to them are household cats. They are also affected by pesticides that are sprayed on lawns and predators such as snakes, hawks, owls, and even crows and jays, which eat baby robins. I didn't know that. So, this is an activity break. Take your binoculars, if you have some, and head outside on a robin hunt. Can't find a robin in your area or this time of year? No problem. See what birds you can find in your neighborhood or backyard and see if you can identify one. Don't disturb the bird. Try to sit as quietly as you can and observe what it does. How old do you think it is? Do you think it's a male or a female? If you want, sketch the bird in your nature notebook and write any interesting observations and facts you discover about it. You guys will probably have a lot of time to do that, especially, at the ranch. Okay, kids, gotta look to mom. Students, it's time to work in your notebooks. Always fun to do this for you guys. I love you. Talk to you soon.